Now that we see the database, let's add the controller. PHP artisan make controller order controller. Let's go to the order controller. In the order controller, we don't need all the methods. We will use only the index method and the show method, because we don't create orders in our admin. The orders are created in the other part of the application. So in this part of the application, we just get the orders and maybe we use this data to do something else. So let's get the orders here. First, I will create the order resource. And I will make also the order item resource. Let's get all the orders here. Order paginate, return me order resource collection order. And let's do the same thing here. So why do we need the order item resource when we have only the order resource here? I will show you. Let's return an array here. Let's return the basic data for the order, which is ID, this ID, first name, last name, email, and here we will get the order items, which would be order item resource collection, these order items. We have to make the connection between order and order item. Let's go to the order model. Here we will create public function order items, return this has many order items. Let's do the same for the order item. Order here, return this belongs to order. So we made the connections, and now when we use order arrow order items, everything will be okay. Let's add the routes. Let's copy this line, orders here, and order controller. But as we saw, like, we don't need all the routes, so we can have only index and show. So this will reduce the index and show routes for the API resource. Now let's try it on Postman. Let's send the request. And we can see that we are getting all the orders correctly, and also the order items. So each order has also order items. Let's change the URL to the single order, and this works the same. We are getting all the order items inside the order. Still, we need the total quantity this user paid. So in order to do that, we have to multiply the price with the quantity and also add it for the other order items. We can do this on the front end, but it doesn't make sense to do it on every request for the front end to calculate it. Let's add the total attribute now, which is the calculation of all these fields. To add the calculated field in Laravel, let's go to order. We have to use the attribute method. So the way to do it is this: public function get total attribute. So how this function works: get and attribute are prefix and suffix of the total. In the end, we will use only the total, but Laravel will make it seem like it's a property instead of a function. Let me calculate the total now, and I will let you know what I mean by that. So we will return here this order items, not with parentheses because it's a function. We need it like this. Actually, let's run PHP artisan IDE models. This will help us. Now with this order items, it will highlight it. It added it here, and will tell it is a Laravel collection. So now we will get access to the helpers. So we need the sum, and we can pass here a function. Order item. So for each order item, we will return item price times item dot quantity. So this is the way how to calculate the sum of all the order items. Let's go to order resource, and here we will add the total. This total. So it will work like this. Let's change this to total. So just like this, total looks the same as first name, last name, and email, but actually it's a function, and it calculates the total sum. Let's open Postman now, and let's use this API. We can see that we are getting a total here, and this is the sum of the multiplication of price and quantity. Note that price is string here, so let's go to the order item resource and do the same thing here. We have the product title, price, and quantity. To explicitly say that this should be an integer, we have to do it like this. Quantity should be an int, and also the price should be a float. Try again. So we can see that the price is a number now, also the quantity. We forgot to add the ID here. Everything works fine. Now we will give an option to export the orders in a CSV file. Let's create a function, export, and when we call this function, we will download a CSV file. So we need a few things to prepare to export a CSV file. We need some headers. We need a callback. And in the end, we'll return response stream, the callback, status which is 200, and the headers. Now let's define all these variables. For the headers, we will use these headers. The content type should be text/CSV. The content disposition should be attachment, and the file that we will download is called orders.csv. These are also some controls that the browser needs to have in order to download the attachment. Now let's go to the callback. Inside here we will get the orders. Order all. Now we need to open a file. We will use the function fopen. The first parameter is PHP column output, and the second parameter is W, which means write. So we will create a file to write it. Now PHP has already a function to put a row in a CSV file, and is fput CSV. So the first parameter is file, and the other parameter is an array where each value is a new column in the CSV. So the first row in this CSV will be the header titles of the CSV. So we need the ID, we need the name of the person that made the purchase, email, product title, price, and quantity. So we can see here is a mix of orders and order items. So this is the header row. Now we need the body. We will make a for loop here for the orders as order. Here we will write the same thing, but for the ID we will write order ID. For the name, order name. Let's do that in a moment. Order email, and these values will be empty. Let's go to the order model and write a new attribute. Get name attribute. Return this first name, this last name. So basically the name is the combination of first name and last name. Now that we put this row, we need to loop the order items. Order items as order item. We will put the same here, but now it's the opposite. For the order we will put an empty string. For the order items, this is order item, product title, order item price, and order item quantity. In the end, we need to